Hey guys, welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be starting a new series. I'm going to be showing you how to record drums on a budget. I have a lot of people who ask me, how do you do your videos? But also at the same time, the gear I use is a bit more expensive, and I wanted to do a series that caters for a more budget friendly option. To be honest with you, up until about a year ago, I only got this gear then, and I was using very basic gear. I wasn't using Logic Pro, I was still on GarageBand. I've downloaded GarageBand on my MacBook because, let's be honest, it's a free piece of software and I haven't got a PC, so I can't do Audacity, and I don't like Audacity. I'd rather do some recording and a bit of mixing on GarageBand. There's going to be a few parts to this series, so today we're just going to be looking at the gear that you need to use for this, and maybe we might do some recording, tiny bit. But in the next video we're going to be talking about cameras, so how to record on your phone, and then we're going to be doing the editing part. But let's get right into this, and I'm going to show you the gear that we're going to use. So the gear we're going to use, very basic. I mean, I wanted to make this as cheap as possible. This, for instance, I bought this off Amazon for £20, and it is primarily a mic that you'd use with a desk mount for a podcast kind of thing. It's a large diaphragm condenser by Newer, very cheap brand. But you know what? It's actually not that bad for £20. So we're going to be using this as an overhead, and we're going to be using this audio interface that my sister bought for £25 off Facebook Marketplace. And it features one full XLR and then a jack. It's still got the cellophane on it. It's got a Midas preamp, so it's not too bad. But yeah, we're going to be connecting it to my MacBook, which will be running GarageBand. So that's sorted for the overhead. It's only 2 channels, so we're very limited. And then this is a cheap dynamic tom mic that I actually used to use as a kick drum mic for about a year or so when I started recording and I didn't have the gear. So we're going to be using this in the kick drum, and this is an overhead to pick everything up. I'm not expecting glowing results from this, as it is a cheap mic, but let's see if we can get a half decent mix out of this, because at the end of the day, it depends what sound you're looking for. If you're looking for a more grungy kind of indie vibe to your drums, this may do it. A more raw feel, this might do it. But if you want a more focused mix, so with the variety of the toms and everything, then you want something like this, where you've got mics on everything, and that's gonna be quite expensive. But you know what? Let's get right into this. Also, I just want to point out the cables I'm using are from Stag. This is a jack to XLR that will just go in instrument 2 there, and this is a full-size XLR and will be going into the full-size port. This one's pretty cool actually, that you can use like that, so you don't even need to put an XLR in if you don't want to. So if you're plugging in 2 guitars, sorted. There we go. And for stands, we're just going to be using a cheap port, so just for stands that I normally use, because in all honesty, I'm not taking them down, and it's been locked down for ages, and I've not even had to take them out for so long. So I just buy pull stands from Amazon, about £18 each, and I'm using a Tiger bass drum mic stand, fairly cheap, it was about £14-15 off Amazon, and I use that with my more expensive mics. In all honesty, I don't see the need to buy expensive mic stands because I'm just leaving them here. But you know what, let's get right into setting this up and see how it all sounds. So, we've got our condenser mic on the boom stand right here, so that will just capture everything, the whole of the kit, except for the bass drum mic, which is a tom mic. Let's hope there's enough low end. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's just put it into position first. Bass drum mic done. Now for the condenser. There we go, mics are in place. and let's connect them to the interface, and I'll meet you in a few minutes. Right, so both the mics are in, the bass drum mic and the one overhead into the Behringer interface, and it is running through GarageBand on my MacBook, as you can see right now. And there's a little few tricks that you should know of GarageBand. You've probably seen there. It's like the record enable thing, you know, where you can control click, go to configure track header, and then press record enable. So then basically it just enables you to record multi-track kind of thing instead of just recording one track. But you know what? I'm gonna put in my in-ears and let's see what it sounds like. So this is what it sounds like completely raw, and then you'll hear a mixed version as well. So that was completely raw with no mixing. Personally, I'm not too keen on that sound. It doesn't match me, but let's see what it sounds like when it's mixed. So yeah, that was the more mixed version, and that's probably the best sound you're going to get out of this cheap 20 quid condenser mic and a tom mic as your bass drum. I hope you've enjoyed this video. This has been more of a step one to recording drums for your videos, or even if you just want a tiny bit of drums on a track, just a more rough sound. But join in for the next video that will be sometime soon. And in the next video, we will be talking about what cameras to use and how to record video. But today, it's been all right. Let me know what you think. If you've got any questions, need anything clearing up, comment below or DM me on Instagram. Anyway guys, have a great rest of your day and I'll see you soon.